Okay, so good morning once again. I've said good morning like 5 times. Good morning, everybody, and it's so nice to have us here one once again. And this session, we're basically talking about how to leverage low-paying jobs as beginners in remote work and your career as a whole. Why are we hosting this session? So, if you're in our community, you would have noticed once in a while we do have issues and arguments regarding people doing low paying jobs. For example, when someone posts jobs that are not they're not being paid a certain amount, let's say $2 an hour, $3 per hour. And then there are people who say no, the job pays less and it should not be paying this amount. And if you're going to do this job, the pay is not enough. Right. So I saw it like, okay, I think it's a topic that we need to talk on interactively and understand our point of view and also encourage us to let us know that it doesn't matter the kind of job or the amount per se that a job pays, that skills, experience is very important, especially when you're starting out as a beginner, right? So we have a guest speaker, Tunmise Johnson, here. Tunmise Johnson is well-renowned fraud, amongst every other thing. He's a fraud analyst. He's Tunmise. Are you here? Yes, he's here. I can see him. He's
Yeah, man.
Hi, good morning. So he's a well-renowned person. I don't know if you guys have heard of TA community, the Adonai community, and he's also in head of Talent Forge. Talent Forge is also an academy that upskills people. They learn basically data analysis, right? And yes, it's a scholarship for free. You get to learn data analysis from scratch, get to work on projects, right? So Timishe heads this, and thank you so much for the impact you make, and thank you so much for accepting to be here today. So it's a 1 hour session, so you have the floor. Please go ahead. Thank you.
All right, thank you. I'm unable to turn on my video now, but maybe later I'm going to turn on my video. All right, so I would quickly introduce myself. Tunmise Johnson. Um, I have over 10 years experience working in the finance industry, right? I'm a chartered accountant and I'm a certified fraud examiner. And I have my MBA with specialization in artificial intelligence. I'm an alumni of Lagos Business School, and I have certificates um, in textile waste management from London School of what's the name again? Yeah, yeah. Um, so I started my career as a core member 2015 thereabouts, and it was an interesting journey. That at the end of this session, you're going to learn that journey, and you'll see why I fit into speaking on things like this, right? Also, beyond that, I own or I started two organizations. That's Tea Community, which is an NGO where we focus on developing people's skill, doing corporate social responsibility, and also um, investing in climate change. So we are into textile waste management, where we collect waste material end to end and convert them into usable products. Aside that, we also have Tech for Marketplace International, which is a consulting firm that supports small businesses to grow and also position them to win international grants. Also, we have a product called SheBalance. SheBalance is an app that we built working on MasterCard Foundation projects. SheBalance helps small scale businesses, local market women to keep daily records of their transaction. Some of my team members are here, very amazing people. Also we are currently doing, just like Deborah mentioned, we also do training in our Talent Forge. We have trained over 20 people on data analytics, but currently we're doing training on digital marketing and website design. So some of our Talent Forge members, I told them to join too. They'll be doing their graduation by next week. They're about like upper week. And we also offer internship opportunity to these people so that they have way to start. And our internship is as low as 100K, regardless of your experience, regardless of what you know. And that's why this topic is relevant. I don't know if my slide can be up right now because I've exhausted my introduction and I
Sorry,
want to go into my slide.
thank you. Sorry, just a second. Okay.
Okay. All right. So I'd just like to hear from one person or two while we're waiting for our slide. If you can just tell me what you do and just somebody to just sell yourself in 2 minutes. Anybody. You don't need to raise your hand, just unmute and speak. You want to sell yourself in 2 minutes. It's
All
like
right,
a
let me
sharing
go.
love. All right.
Yeah, so my name is. Can you guys hear me? Okay.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, so my name is Felix Ushe Emeka. First of all, I was telling Debbie, I don't know whether you were in the group when I told Debbie that we look alike. I'm beginning to see that. All right, so I started my remote work experience a long time ago, like 2018. Started from the bottom. In fact, this topic, I think it is me basically that Debbie is talking to. In 2018, we were developing the skills that we have now that's feeding our families. And then that's customer service. So I started in customer service 2018, moved into sales in 2023. And then I started my company, Oxylage, in 2026 here. So I'm still a baby company. So we also train people on the skill of credit repair, sales, marketing, and also CV writing. I'm in partnership with the RFTAcademy, that's with Debbie, to be able to train people on how to write their CVs, attend interviews, scale interviews, and do well. I also help businesses scale. I'm an economist, so I help businesses scale. Small time business, just give them the required tools to be able to scale their business. And also in the US, I do the same thing. So that's basically it about me. And in my personal life, I love to play chess. I love to play table tennis. So if any of you knows how to play any of those, just reach out to me and let's play. So that's it about me, Tumishe. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you. I mean, I'm glad that this is the first time I'm using background effect, so please forgive me. I'm not in the beach. I mean, I'm sitting on the couch. So yeah, I like what you said. I mean, I play chess a lot. I feel like I'm a grandmaster in chess, and I can beat anyone that comes my way. So we can find time
All
to
right, no worries.
to
To spar.
yeah, yeah. Okay, I saw one more person, and then we'll go straight into my presentation. It's a very interactive presentation. Yeah.
Hi, Tanisha. Good morning. And good
I
morning, Ms.
and
Deborah. Good morning. So I'm really excited to be here. When Ms. Deborah posted the Zoom stuff, so I was happy because first of all, it's my first time of trying to join the remote industry. Though I'm a graduate where I study information technology, that was years back. Then this remote job, like trying hard to make sure that I fit in or to get something for myself, because especially when you are working from home, In fact, I try as much as I can to get all the equipment for myself, but up to now, I just did once, like once. I used someone's details to do it, which at the end of the day, they find out and I was dropped. So since that time, I was trying to like train myself, go into the training deeply just to make sure I'm like try to get knowledge and all of those things. So I'll be following the platform. I'm really, really excited to join today's program, especially when they say for beginners. So of course I'm also a beginner. So I'm really happy. I'm really happy, and I hope that these things will really favor me and help me to widen out, meet people, and all of those things. So thank you for the opportunity. I'm happy. Thank you so much.
All right, thanks. And sorry for what happened to you. But yeah, I believe that one way or the other, you gained something from this presentation. Right. Okay, let's get straight into it. I work remotely as we speak. I work for GSM, although my contract ended with GSM. And it's amazing how I got the job. I got it through LinkedIn, not Upworks. So that shows that if you are looking for a remote job, then you should be active on every channel so that you are reachable. All right, so I'll go straight into my slide. Just confirm if you can see my screen in the next 1 sec. Share my entire screen, so I'm exposing myself. Please, if you see anything other than the slide, just don't say anything about it. Okay, try now. All right, can you see my slide?
Yes,
Yes, I can see it.
All right, let's see. All right, thank you. How to leverage low-paying jobs as a beginner in remote work and your career. That's the so first we need to understand this entire dynamics of our generation, right? You need to know that times have changed. That's a knowledge or an understanding that you need to help yourself to think and think over and over again. Because if you don't know that times have changed, it's just like living 1997 in 2026. That's what it is. If you are feeling like things are the same, then you are living 1997 in 2026. Change. Many things have changed. Many things have changed. Let me give you a typical example. We're no longer in a 12-month calendar. We're just deceiving ourselves as if it's January to December. Now we just have January to June because times have changed. Everything is happening real fast. Children of this age are growing real quick. If you see, I have a son, he's 2 years old, thereabouts. But if you see him, he looks like 5 years old because everything is changing. Everything is moving really fast. So you see people speak up faster than before. In those times, you see our parents, the orientation they have is when you marry, anything your husband do, remain in your husband. So you see, you cannot count a lot of divorce in early 90s, 80s. But now you see women speaking up for themselves. You see young people who understand clearly what they want. So many things have changed. You see, people know their right and expect respect. You see an 18-year-old, a 19-year-old, a 23-year-old who is already a millionaire. I mean, when I was 22 or 20, even if I see a 300K job, I will jump and shout hallelujah. But now, if you check online, you see people who are 22, your age mates, they already have built mansion. People are not talking about, you see people dropping out of schools, going to business, dropping out of school is like a norm. So times have changed. People compare local opportunity with global standards. You see, a fresh graduate will come out and say, "Oh boy, I want to start my first salary with 800K." And you begin to laugh at, okay, wow. But times have changed. People want to work people want work that has meaning, growth, and visibility. Nobody wants to do starting routine work. There was a job I got one time. I worked with Global Fund for a while, and I resigned because I was doing a routine work. I said, I have so much experience. You cannot box me into doing Excel. You see, so you see the busiest reason why people wants to resign from a job. I just want to focus. I just want to rest. It's too stressful. I just want to go on vacation. Right. We'll get there sometime. Amen. Now we are in a mixed youth workplace. So there's a mix of millennial generation, Gen Z. So you'll see that the playing ground is very dynamic, right? Because you see someone who is 27 competing with someone who is 22, millennium competing with Gen Z. Even when you are working, you'll see that the Gen Z might even be your boss. Many things is happening at the same time. So millennium, Gen Z, there's a mix of expectation, and sometimes you feel like you want to claim rights, you want to become like a Gen Z, you want to do this, and things turned out very awkward, or you want to speak up because they say you should speak up. But when you speak up, the next time you just saw an email, insubordination, you are queried. Many things begin to happen, and you are finding that balance, right? So neither group is the enemy. The opportunity is to learn how both think, then work with wisdom, right? So it's very important that you apply wisdom. Don't forget the steps I'm saying. I'm trying to tell you that times have changed, so you need to understand these times. We're in AI generation, but I'm not here to talk about AI or adaptation into AI. But beyond AI, the way people speak, what people expect, as everything has changed. Do you understand? Yes. So how do we survive and grow in this dynamic earth or world or universe? You do not survive this generation by being rigid. And if you are writing, this is what you should write down in your head, in your mind, in your spirit. You survive by becoming valuable in a changing conditions. So what I'm trying to say is this value has a name. It's called adaptation. You see, I wrote it with small letter because a lot of people, if you check many organizations, you don't see a core value as adaptation, but it's quiet. Everybody, you cannot survive if you cannot adapt. So adaptation is very key. You see, everybody's saying remote job, remote role, remote this, remote that, remote here, remote there. Me, I'm a very flexible guy. If you call me to come and work physically, I'm there. If you give me a remote, I'm there because I'm in a phase where I need money to feed my family. So I'm not just banking on just remote. I do everywhere. I'm trying to balance everything. So I'm adapting to remote conditions. So I have that experience working on ground, working remotely, working spiritually, working physically. There was a time when I was in school. I don't know if Florence will know, but I was selling Indomie and bread, call it burger, sell. My very first experience was we started collecting money from students and saving for them. We created different saving scheme. Everything for me is to survive, my big vision is I want to be a billionaire. I want to have $1 billion company. That's my vision, right? That's so however it takes, I'm ready for it, I'm prepared for it. I'm going to give it whatever it takes. That's my motto. Give it whatever it takes. Don't be desperate. Don't do it negatively, but give it whatever it takes. If it takes sleepless nights, if it takes writing your CV, if it takes learning new skill, if it takes hanging out with people that know more than you, if it takes, I'm going to give it whatever it takes to achieve that, right? So you need to be very flexible. You need to adapt to many things. Don't have a rigid mindset, right? Adaptation is a career survival value. Adaptation is the ability to remain valuable when the environment changes without losing your principles. It's learning new tools without abandoning your values. It's adjusting your communication without losing respect. It's seeing a small role as a place to build proof. I love Jack Ma. There was a time I was crazy about Jack Ma. I listened to him. I read his books. I know some of you know Jack Ma. He built one of the biggest commercial platform, Alibaba, right? And he said something that really affected me positively. He said, early in your career, do not chase only status. Follow learning, follow a good boss, and a place to build foundation. And that is what I'm a product of this idea. When I started my career, all my bosses, I don't know if Inemeka is in the call. All myself and Inemeka, we worked in this organization. So he said he was going to join. All my bosses were all chartered accountants, ACC. Imagine me, who is a copper, a core member, joined an organization where all my bosses, they are high flyers. It didn't take me more than 2 years to become a chartered accountant, to have my MBA, to do, because that was a learning phase for me. You understand? So at some point in your life, you have to focus on what do you want for yourself. If I said big companies can teach you processes, systems, and structure, small companies often teach passion, dreams, urgency, and ownership. In a small team, you may touch many things at once, and that can speed up your growth. So the question is not only how much are they paying you, it is also what am I learning and proving. You know, I don't know if most of you have served before youth service. I used to think I'm the first person ever that youth service gave query. They gave me query that I'm going to repeat my service here if I get another query. Why did I get query? As a copper, I was working as if I don't have a life. You would think they were paying me 300,000 as a den, or 500,000, or 800,000 as a den, because I work. I'm the work that 5 people should do, and only me, I'm doing it without complaining. I thought I was being used, but I didn't know I was building capacity. So when I say I'm a finance expert or a fraud examiner, it's because there's no aspect of finance I've not touched. Because as a cop, I was raising requests, I was reviewing supporting documents, I was posting. We moved from QuickBooks to ERP. I understood the process of ERP. All of these things were happening to me, but I didn't know I was learning. All I knew was I was working. Now, today, I have a consulting firm that does this thing for people's business. Today, I just dropped up a call for a 9 o'clock call, and all these things I was just discussing about, supporting document, this. And for me, the first 3 years of my career, even if they were paying me 50K as a corporate, then I moved to 150K. That's how I started. But it's paying off crazily because I learned so much within those 3 years. In fact, I was so much trained that my next job at 22 was a finance manager role in a private company. I'll talk to you about that later. Okay. Let me pause it. Stop sharing my screen and think before we move forward. What do you guys think? What I'm saying, is it far-fetched? Is it hard to practice? Is it difficult? They said I have 1 hour, so I want to use it wisely so that I can meet you guys' need. I'm turning off my camera. I want to hear from one person or two.
Can I speak?
Yes, please. Yes.
Good morning, everybody. This is my first time in this kind of space. I really enjoy everything you've said so far. I think one of them is you mentioned Jack Ma. That's a very special person in commercial space. You also mentioned, why will I be in a seat just to excel when I can expand what I can do? Mm-hmm. You also mentioned your time in youth service about working like you're more than 5 persons. Mm-hmm. I think one of the reasons I like this is the low pay area, because not too long ago I read something about entry pay, executive pay, and something pay. All of them has their own classes. Sometimes it's not really easy because you just want to work for paycheck. Meanwhile, you just mentioned now that there are times where you have to learn. Small companies give you this small growth and small development. So I think, yes, I like what you've said so far. It's more of true rather than a composed story. So I think I align with you. Thank you so much.
Thanks. I'm really inspired and motivated. Okay. Any other person that should proceed like a procedure and generate like a generator? Okay. Let me continue then. Thank you so much for that feedback. You have, if anybody also have any feedback, positive or negative, your time start now. 5 seconds.
So one thing I got from you is realizing that you were working with high flyers, 5 people who were already chartered accountants. It wasn't intimidating to you. Instead, it was a challenge that you could do this as well. So a lot of people, when they go into remote work, they see the people making all of the, I'm using myself as an example. You see some people making great sales. You're like, "God, I cannot be like this person. This person, what does this person do?" Feeling bad about yourself that, okay, you are making less sales. But you could speak to these people and try to be like them, mirror them. Before you know it, you'll be one of the high flyers. So that's a very good one. That's a very good one. And in my own perspective, I would say never be comfortable where you are. Never just relax. Always strive to improve yourself wherever you are. That's the only way to grow remotely. Thank you, guys.
What's your name? Sorry.
It's Felix.
Yeah, Felix. I name you as a co-speaker. Thank you very much for highlighting that. So you are my co-speaker for this presentation. So I'm going to divert a bit because of what you said, right? If you want to make it in life, anybody wants to make, this is a crack or a code. You need to be friends with people that are doing more than you. See, that's my story. If I show you my friends that are 10 years, 30 years older than me, that are richer than me, they give me opportunity. I'm going to share some private thing towards the end of this call, which would motivate you at the end of the day. But if you must grow, you must change your friend. See, I thought it was cliche when they say your friend, all those your friend motivation thing. It's not motivation. I put it, you mentioned somebody like sales, right? Imagine you have 3 categories of friends. One is turning out sales of maybe $1 million. Another one is struggling to sell 300. Your best friend is selling 300,000 naira. You have another colleague who is in dollar realm saying, "Oh, I just closed a deal of $1 million." Another one is saying, "Let's maintain dollar, $300,000." I have another one, $150,000. And your two friends, your best friends, is the one turning in $150,000 and $300,000. You as a salesperson, no matter what, your desire is already limited to maybe 150, 300, or even if you are better than your friend, maybe 500. But if your friend is an high flyer, turning sales of $1 million, see, your desire will be 1.2, 1.3. It's an arc. You cannot be the local champion of your friends. You will never grow beyond that. But when your friends are motivating you to do more, then you are in your path to make or to success. You're on the path to success. But if you are feeling like out of all my friends, I'm the only one doing remote work, I work from home, and you're feeling like you have achieved many things, you're just a local champion. There are people younger, faster, quicker in your age, doing extremely better than you. Go and look for those people, no matter how they are badly behaved. Try to make them your friend for a minute. It will change. It's not going to change you. It will change your desire. And once your desire is changed, what you're going to achieve is going to change. But if your desire is not changing based on who you're working with, where you find yourself, then you become stagnant no matter what. Thanks, my co-speaker, Felix. Okay, let's talk about Toby. Who is Toby here? Do we have any Toby in the house, Deborah?
No, I'm not sure. We don't have it, Toby.
Okay. So I wanted to apologize to Toby. It's pure coincidence. So Toby got a remote assistant role that paid very little. The pay was not impressive. The tasks were basic: emails, data entry, scheduling. The client was busy and disorganized. Toby almost rejected it because it felt too small. But Toby made a decision. He said, I will not treat this as cheap labor. I will treat it as paid learning. Paid learning. Let's continue with the story. Now, the low pay became leverage. Clarity. Toby asked, what does good work look like here? Skill. Toby learned the tool, calendar, spreadsheet, tax, board, email templates. Evidence. Toby kept proof before and after tax. Time saved, client feedback. Initiative. Toby created a simple process document so work became easier. After 6 weeks, Toby had a testimonial, a small portfolio, clear confidence, and a reason to negotiate or apply. I learned something from Debbie 2 years ago when she was talking about Upworks. And I think her story is very inspiring. What you need to start is what is enough to build your profile or your portfolio. They will always tell me about portfolio. Tunmise, let me build portfolio, even if she has not built for me yet. But Tunmise, let me 2 years counting, so I'm reporting Debbie to you guys. Tunmise, let me build your portfolio for you. But how do you build portfolio when you don't have learning experience? When you cannot tell a story, when you cannot leverage on a real life experience? How do you want to build portfolio? So low pain is not the leverage. It is what you build from it that is the leverage. Now, this is time to tell you one interesting story that happened. So that's my first workplace. I was there for 3 years because I started as copper. Let me tell you what happened. They brought another copper in. They were paying me 50K. They brought another copper in. They were paying the copper 400K because maybe she schooled abroad and every other thing. But that was not my headache. I didn't even realize until people said it. But I was busy working hard, working my ass hard, doing everything I need to do. And one day, one of my very important boss called me, Dr. Shokbo. He said to me, she leave this organization. I almost mentioned the place. He said to me, she leave this organization. He said, because you might enjoy the work, but you're not getting the respect. Because you started as a copper, people will keep seeing you as a copper, no matter how. Because I moved from 50K to, I was thinking, based on the hard work, I should move from 50K to like 300K or 400K. But from 50K, they just added 100K after years of ad lib. No, 135K. But then I didn't mind, honestly. I was working, I was enjoying the work. I'm being honest with you. I didn't have much troubles. It was just me, myself, and I. I was living alone. I was living in Kubwa. I suffered, guys. Do you know Biaji in Kuba? People are not responding. If you know Biaji, I was not staying in
The
Biaji
ghetto.
Across. Biaji Across, where when you take bike to office, you have to go and wash your head and your eyebrows during dusty period. All my eyebrows will be brown like this, and my hair brown. So my house rent was maybe 70K. I was 50. It was not expensive. So I had low expectations of life those periods. So nothing means so much to me. I was just very hardworking, but people were taking notes. Then this guy told me that, so if you see any opportunity to leave, then I applied. I started applying, and I got a job that offered to give me finance manager role in a solar company. I was leaving an NGO where we are managing over $20 million. We're talking about Bill Gates Foundation, talking about World Bank grants, different grants, Johnson and Johnson grants. I had to leave the place to the organization I've never heard in my entire life. And he said, leave, Tunmise, leave. I took that bold step, took a pay cut from 135 From 135, I dropped to 110. 110. 135 was paying me pension. 135 was doing NHF, was paying taxes. So I moved to a place where it was just 110 net. That's just it. I don't even know whether they are paying tax, but I moved as a finance manager. When I got there, all the learning from my first organization, I brought it to the place, designing that template, building that system, doing everything. My boss was a white guy there, Lawrence. The guy loved me to the bone. When I told him I was going to resign, he didn't talk to me for like 2 weeks because it said I didn't spend 6 months there. So write this quote. My current mentor told me, he said, keep applying for job until you get your dream job. Keep applying. So even if you have a work right now, the work did not tie your hand down to say don't apply for job. That was what my boss told me. So one day, I was working. Then I asked for the bank statement. Omo, these people, they don't have salary to pay for the next month. One day, the MD just came in and said, where is Nafisat? She's not around. When she comes, she's fired. Where is this person? When you go, I don't know whether I'll be the next person that demand. So I was very uncomfortable. I was feeling regret that I should have just been in my a way I know that my money is starting. But I started applying for job. I spent only 5 months in that place. Guess what happened? One of my boss called me. He said to me, you're a manager, right? He said, there's a grant, there's somebody in Lagos that needs your experience in HSF. This was my direct boss because he knows how hardworking I was. He said, the only person he could recommend is you, but he's in Lagos. He said, don't worry, I'm going to negotiate for you. He said to me, how much do you want to collect? I said, 200K. The guy said, you're a stupid boy. I've negotiated 600K for you, and they'll give you accommodation. It was like a dream. I got this organization, in June was when I left my first place to the second place. Then in November, I resumed in Lagos with accommodation very close to the office. 5 minutes walk with 600K net. But who can tell me what has actually happened? Why do you think I can take a job? And the Lagos job was to manage a grant of $2 million. But my boss was confident that Tunmise can do it because when I was in my first employment, I work across all departments. I work for tax, I work for grants, and I work for posting. So he said to me, you're good to go. Don't worry. I said, he said, don't worry, you're good to go. Should be now you now. When I went there, so you see, from this story, something changed. It's not about the money. I was changing. The most amazing part was when I left Lagos to come back to Abuja. My boss said to me, you have changed. Do you know why? In Lagos, in as much as I was paid 600K, I was supernaturally exposed to international conversations because I was a finance manager. I was literally speaking with BMGF representatives. Those people that I used to hear in my first organization, I just used to hear their name. Now I started giving reports to them. So my lingua changed, my confidence changed, everything. This is what work do to you. So at the end of the day, you might be working in a place and be saying, they're not building our capacity. Look at my friend organization, they send them to US to do training. It's good when you have those experiences, but what you don't know is every work is changing you, and you need to pay attention to those changes because that is what will build you. Just like Toby was not very happy with the work, but when he was working, he understood, wow, I can improve on calendar, I can automate my calendar. Oh, spreadsheets, you became very good with Microsoft Excel. You're able to use Microsoft Teams to arrange tasks. Now, what you studied in school is zoology or political science. I'm not saying it's bad. Now, you are doing project management work. You can start saying, should I take PMP course? Those people are not paying you well, but your mind is changing. Your skill is developing. Your desire is drifting into the right course. But now many people, you're just focused on, if it is not 100K. No. Even in our TA community, we are growing. Step by step. We are new organization. I was still talking to my finance person yesterday. I said, relax. Right now, you might not collect good monthly pay, but what I can assure you is you'll get some bonuses that will make you smile. Because we might not be able to sustain, and you guys need to know. Felix, was it Felix that was talking about owning an organization? You need to understand from organization perspective too. And as I said, I can talk on this very well because I own a company and I know what it means to pay people high salary. If I afford to pay all my staff high salary this year, we'll collapse next year. Honestly. So I'd rather pay what I know that your job is secure for the next 3 years because I can afford to pay you. So don't worry, your salary is safe. But when we have any jackpots, you get bonuses. So some things happen like that behind the scene, right? But I'm not saying nobody should settle for less. Okay. Now let's move on. How to turn small job into career proof? Ask, what outcome matters the most? Track, what did I improve, save, or simplify? Package, what proof can I show without exposing private work? What proof how can I tell people that I'm a fraud expert without too much details? Request, can I get feedback, testimonial, or referrals? Move, when the learning stops, negotiate or apply higher. Nobody ties your hand. You cannot, and that's another key message. Even if you are in a place where they're paying you small, they don't tie your hand like this. Say don't apply. Keep applying until you get your dream job. As you enter, you are starting, you still keep submitting your CV. I've worked in a place for just 3 months before. That was KNCV. I did just 3 months there and I got something else. When taking less, pay makes sense. So lower pay is only strategic when it buys you something clear. So when should you take less? What are the things you should think of other than just the pay? You don't have experience. You need to get your first proof, first testimony, and first real workflow. You are changing your career path. Use it as a bridge where you can convert old skill into new role evidences. You need to learn the language, the people, the standard, and the problem of a new sector. You need peace of mind. You need to exit pressure, recover stability, and think clearly again. You need flexibility. You need to create time for study, family, building, or high skill path. Returning after a break, you need to build confidence, current experience, and references. So you see there are many instances where the pay should not really matter much. But do you know that you get to a stage in your life where they will beg you to say, oh yeah, you know what, we'll give you a car. These things happen, so don't just focus on Tinubu economy. There are people in this Nigeria, legit, they don't even know the price of fuel. And they're not into politics. Their company is sorting everything. This is not them say, I know them. I know people like that. You need to expose your mind to realities, not negativities. There are jobs that will take care of your every basic need. They'll pay your school fees. Do everything. So you will get to that stage. But it's not a get-rich scheme. You need to build. Done, because I'm also taking a lot of time. A clear path before you say yes. Name the exchange. What exactly am I accepting lower pay for? Set the learning goal. Which skill, tool, industry insight, or proof must I gain? Protect your life. Can I afford this without damaging my health, bills, or dignity? Why should you take a job where you spend all the money on your transport? But if you have your parents' support, why not? Again, give timeline. I've not worked in the place more than 3 years. Why? I'm a guy. I need more money. If you feel protected, you can do 10 years, you can do 20 years. I have friends like that. But give yourself timeline when you're taking a low-paying job. Please give yourself timeline. I'll take this job, but I know I'll leave in the next 6 months. Take it, build your skill. If you have opportunity, you can check my LinkedIn, Tunmise Johnson. You'll see all my experiences within 10 years. And there are some I didn't put there so that HR will not think that I'm crazy. I've worked for over 10 organizations or 12 over the past 10 years. So I'm not that guy that feels I owe any organization something. I don't owe anybody anything. I owe myself. Define the timeline. In this 30 days, 90 days, or 6 months bridge, this is what I'm going to do. Plan the exit. What result tells me to negotiate, move up, or move on. If you cannot name the exchange, the timeline, and the exit, then that's not a strategy. You're just moving with the waves of life. Anything will come, I can just do them. No. Think ahead of your employer. See, one thing I quickly understand in life is your employer don't give two shit about you. If the company needs to fold up, they'll let you go. So I don't give two shit about any employer too. I focus on my growth, on my development, and that's why I gave you guys my profile. I have whatever it takes to become a country director, a CEO, and that was the target I gave myself. MBA, I have it. Chartered accountant, I have it. International certificate, I have it. Ivy League Lagos Business School, I have it. Everything. And let me tell you the crack. I didn't do all of this is when I had money. For your information. My ICANN, my CFE, I borrowed to do it. So I cannot fail. I was in a relationship when I was doing my ICANN. Because I borrowed money to do the ICANN. Guy, I forgot that I was in a relationship because I was reading. I didn't even remember that I have girl. We broke up because of ICANN. Because I cannot fail. I can't borrow money to write the exam. I can't fail am. So it's very important to don't think. I tell people, money, Jack Ma, money follows passion. Money follows desire. You say you want to relocate, you want to do your masters, but you are saying I don't have money. Have you gotten to the place where you need to pay school fees? Some of you, they don't even give you admission. You have not even get admission. You're already saying there's no money to pay school fees. Why put the work to it? But you just easy way out. There's no money. When I have money, I will do it. When I have money, I will do it. You're wasting your time. You'll be 30 next year. Sorry, time has gone. Okay, do not despise the small beginning, but do not stay small by accident. Adapt to times, build proof from every opportunity. Build proof, that documenting your experience, very important. Use low-paying job as a bridge or as bridges, not destinations. Thank you for banking with us. God bless you richly. Questions? Pius?
Good morning, everyone. And I want to say thank you for the presentation so far. And yeah, it was actually insightful. So I will not be able to touch on everything you said, but I just have one or two questions about the presentation. Yeah. So there was something you talked about building I would say network actually. Now you did mention that you had friends way above you now all the way from when you started working, having bosses that had gone so far in I would say education wise and all like that. Then coming from a place whereby um when you find yourself in a position where okay, you're trying to make friends with these people, or should I put the question better like how do you make friends with this kind of people like you're trying to make friends with someone that you know is above you, right? And it's looking difficult. You're trying to reach out, but this person is always looking elusive. How do you go about that? Now you also said something about don't care about their character. Now, coming from my own perspective or my own experience, right? Someone that's big on character actually. Sometimes I could I or if I was to give an extreme example right now, If you like be a billionaire or something, I'm thinking if you're gay, I cannot talk to you. That's like something for me per se. How do you go about this character thing? Like, okay, don't look at the character of the person, just befriend this person because you want to get something. That's the question I have. Then I think I have one more question. Sorry, is there someone is saying something?
No, I was just testing my mic. Can you guys hear me? I see that my network
Okay.
is saying it's connecting. Okay.
Yes, I can hear you. Yeah. So yeah, let me just stop it at there, just in case other people have questions as well. Thank you.
So let me quickly take Pius' question. So if any other person have question, yeah. So how do you reach out to people that are higher than you? Honestly, I think 2 years ago or last year, there was this trending networking is this, network, go to this network, you know. But I found a path of creating friendship with um, people that are high flyers, and that part is service. You see, sometimes it's not about greeting people or wishing them happy new months. It's about taking or making their work easy. Like last week, there was one of my boss. I definitely know he's running a business in Nigeria. He's currently in the US. So I sent in a chat, how is your business in Nigeria? I didn't stop there. I said, I have free hands now, just in case you need support with your business. I can help you do this and do this, do this. I said to him, thank you very much. When next I'm in Nigeria, make sure we meet. So for me, it's not all about trying to get a response of good morning, good afternoon, hope you're good, how's your family, all of those things. Yeah, that's there, but that's not my method. Like my mentor today, I said I was going to share something. My mentor today, he was my boss. He was my boss in my first job. And most times, his work, now me, they do him. Once he just say, to me, I have a lot of work I'm doing. Which one can I do for you? Are you good at this? Okay. And he started teaching me his work. He started teaching me his work that he grew that confidence in me to send me to Lagos. So I don't want you to misunderstand the concept of making friends that are, and when you are going to make friends that are higher than you in age, in earning, it's not a regular conversation. So you guys might not even have regular conversation, but keep rendering services. What do I need to do for you? How is the family? How is everything? How is work? Work is busy. I can actually do this. And pro bono works are very, I know a lot of people don't talk about pro bono. I do a lot of pro bono. I'll do it for you, but I'm sowing seed. Today, we won MasterCard Foundation grant because of my boss. We won over like 2 or 3 grants because of him. Because that confidence is there. It's not like, Tunmise, we're family. You know. Okay, I see Lillian. Then your second question. That's why I told you from the beginning. If you listen to my conversation from the beginning, I said times have changed. So when you said, oh, if somebody is a gay, you cannot do this. If person is this, times have changed. Yesterday I was out with my friend, and I can tell you 80% of people that were in that place were gay. So we just left. So I have my principle, and that slide I said it. Let me read what I said in the slide again, so that you can see it. See, I said when I was defining adaptation, I said it is learning the new tools without abandoning your values. It is adjusting your communication without losing respect. It is seeing small role as a place to build. Sir, one day you might end up working with a gay boss, and it's your dream job that giving you maybe $60,000 per quarter. You know what I'm saying? Sir, are you gay? I know they do again. I don't want again. So at some point, focus on work, not personality. Focus on your objective. I wish I can tell you one interesting story of my life that really changed me. His name is Kudus. Kudus, me and Kudus, we can play and play and play. And one day I saw Kudus debating with senior. In my entire life, I don't know how Kudus can debate or speak eloquently. Military regime is better than civilian regime. That me just saying Kudus, that thing changed my perspective. I am the first child on earth that went to look for lesson without my parents' involvement. I started following Kudus to his lesson. My mom would just say, why are you coming late? Why are you coming late? I said, I have lesson. Yeah, come and pay my lesson fee. I just started following Kudus. You see, Kudus, whether he's a Muslim, it doesn't matter. So sometimes losing value is not you following or trying to learn from people. It is you doing what they are doing. Then you have lost your value. But trying to get help from it's just like saying I will never sell stuff to Muslim people. Why? Our business is for people. We are living in this world with people. So whether they are gay or they are lesbian, as long as I'm not a gay, I'm not a lesbian, we can talk, we can communicate, right? How do you choose a career mentor or a professional mentor? Honestly, the word mentorship has been grossly abused in our generation. You say, who is your mentor? Somebody that you can never even talk to in your entire life. You choose the person as a mentor. My mentor is Mark Zuckerberg. You don't even have his phone number. You don't even know anything about him. But you say that's your mentor. That's your mentor. Your mentor is someone that you guys have that formal relationship, or you work towards having a formal relationship. So a professional mentor is someone that you can get a lot of professional mentor on LinkedIn, in your workspace. But again, like I mentioned, it's again a function of your disposition and your submission to them. And yes, if you come and meet me today at Tunmise, mentor me, our first 1 year may be very rough. We might not even have conversation. Maybe he's laughing. I know why she's laughing. Our first 1 year might be very rough because I have my schedule. See, baby. So it doesn't mean that you will not end up getting that value from me. But because you're my mentor, you now feel like you can be bossing with calls or giving me your problems to solve immediately or something. No. So if we don't have that formal relationship. So it takes time to build relationship. Like I said, my mentor, he has been my mentor since 2017. Why? Because we work together, we spend time together, we talk. I know his wife, I know his family, I know every other thing. So it's very easy. I can go to his house anytime. So, but that relationship, you just resume work, boom. Mr. Dan, can you be my mentor? Yes. Then tomorrow, I had a dream. No. So, yes, you can choose a professional mentor, but you need to understand that it takes time for the mentor to adapt into the kind of work that you do, the kind of time. It's just like asking for a relationship, a work relationship. So when you meet someone that you like today, then you will just start kissing today or start talking every day today. It takes time to develop that mentor. So most likely the person that asked the question, maybe you have tried having a mentor before, but it turns out that they're not responding. It's not because they don't want to respond, but you have to give them that time to blend into the mentorship system. You know, but you can definitely select professional mentors from your workplace, from LinkedIn, someone that is doing. And I would like you to choose a mentor in your field. If you want me to mentor you and you're doing mechanical engineering, I say I'll convert you to an accountant in less than 3 years. I'll just convert it to an accountant because what do I have to mentor you about professionally? You know, so most times let's just look for mentors that are within within what we want to achieve, so that the work and the conversation is easy. I hope I can pronounce your name, Kebi Bev.
Good morning. It's KB or Beverly.
Oh, okay.
Thank you very much for this session, and I want to say thank you to David for putting it together, and also acknowledge Felix. He was sounding very humble here, but he's sort of like my mentor because I think through him I'm beginning to like build up momentum again to go into sales because I won't lie, I sort of thought it was too big of a challenge, but Felix in this past weeks or months has actually helped me to believe that I can be a high achiever in this field. So I just want to say thank you from here. So, secondly, my question is it necessary to have, I mean, to have someone who, okay, let me rephrase. Is it that you must, someone who is older than you has to be your mentor? I mean, there are some persons who are younger and they have wealth of experience in a particular field that one is interested in, and they want to they admire the person and they really want to achieve like that person. So even if the person is younger, even if their age is like way younger than they are, I mean, I think is it appropriate to pitch to that person that you want them to be your mentor? Because since you were talking, I noticed you always talked about someone who is older by age and all that. So I was just talking, I'm asking, what if the person is, well experienced, older than you by far in experience, but by age they are way younger than you. Like, what do you think about that? Thank you.
Thanks, Beverly. Um, Sorry that my conversation depicts representation of older people. I was using myself as an example, but why not? See, the story of mentorship is not even just mentorship, friendship is objective. There's some friends that we have based on our objective. This friend, like Ben is on the call. Ben has been my friend for over 14 years. He's now a brother. Now, I don't think I'm older than Ben, but you will not know that in our conversation, you will never know that there's age difference the way we talk, right? Because my objective with Ben is quite different. So when it comes to mentorship or friendship, it doesn't matter the age. Age in this time and generation is inconsequential. Is inconsequential, right? So you can have a mentor not who is not who is younger than you, yeah, younger than you. You can have a mentor who you are older than or is older than you. It doesn't matter. But the underlying factor is you are learning something. Your mentor is not your friend. Your mentor is not your friend. Your mentor is somebody you can look up to for advice, for moving. So it's just like the in an organization, mentors are board of advisory. They bring business to you, they bring opportunity to you, they bring certain things to you, at different points when you need them, so it doesn't matter the age, as long as these people are playing that role of mentorship or friendship. And me, I believe so much in friendship than mentorship. One day, a lady wrote me long email to mentor. I said, we can this long thing, I decline, but we can be friends. Then along the line, there's a way you will need something, and it's going to be like that. Like my mentor, we are very close friends. If we start talking in the morning, we can talk for 2 hours because we have built that friendship. But me, I see him as a mentor, but he sees me as a friend. So it can be any age. Yeah. Pius.
All right, thank you.
All right. So the other question I have right now is, now you mentioned something about how to build I don't know why I just call it network actually, or building friends that okay that are higher and everything, maybe high flyers and all of that. Now you did mention something like from my understanding, how you said what you said was um acts of service. Okay, you go ask this person, what can I do for you? I felt like that's like something that is built in a physical space. That's how I understood this. Now, coming from my angle of saying, okay, maybe in a remote space, how do you view this kind of relationship? Like, okay, because I'm going to give an example right now. Let's say um, I want to build something with maybe Felix right now, and I'm not able to help Felix physically because probably Felix is in a remote space. And how do I build this relationship with Felix? I can be friends with Felix actually, but maybe from afar. Then there's maybe I would say there's no way I can say, okay, Felix, what can I do for you right now? Because I might not be able to help him do something regarding work. Does it mean I have to go like because does it mean I have to go like, oh Felix, can I wash your car for you? Or can I like I'm talking about coming from a remote space right now. How do you do those things that you, like you said that okay in because I believe in the physical space is way easier to meet someone that you want to build a network with and say, okay, what can I do for you? I can do this for you, I can do that for you. If you're putting in the remote space, how can we how can I replicate the same
All right.
thing? And what they mentioned, I
All right.
just want to shout out to Felix as well. Felix, I really appreciate it because I got into this meeting from the link you posted on your status. And Debbie might not know me per se, but yeah, Debbie, shout out to you as well. And everyone, thank you.
All right. Thanks. Thanks, Felix, co-speaker. See, there's something about Felix. That's why I named him my co-speaker. David, do you want to answer the question or you want to ask a question?
I want to answer the question if it's okay.
Sure.
All right, thank you. Hi, Pius. So regarding your question and about acts of service when it comes to the remote workspace, so when it comes to acts of service, we're not talking about service, right? So there's this one called service, and that's what we basically do most times, and it is common in the physical workspace where we go from 9 to 5. You see your boss coming, and you see your boss coming, and the next thing is, let me carry your bag for you, let me do this for you. It's easy to look as if you're trying to please them, to gain attention, to gain access to them, right? No, but that's not the kind of service we're talking about. The kind of service that helps when it comes to remote workspace, I am saying this because I've had very large sum of experience working in the remote workspace, and I've been able to build myself there. It's this. Now, when I started working as a customer service in a particular company, for example, and my task was just very simple: do this and go offline, right? But sometimes I tell my boss, I'm done with my task for today. I still have like an hour left. What would you like me to do for you? This is me asking if there is anything or anywhere I can work. I am not trying to gain her favor. Now, my goal, first of all, is not trying to gain her favor. My goal is to actually learn. Now, if she sees that I am genuinely trying to learn, she's understanding that, oh, this person is trying to learn, then I'll be willing to teach. I'll be willing to do things for this person, right? Now, when I have this space all this time, I'm like, hi, Miss James, what can I do for you? I have 1 hour left. And she's impressed. She says, okay, I have agents. Once it's time, they log out. They don't ask. Now, over the time, I started doing tasks with different departments. I asked her, do you need help with this thing? She's like, yes, but this is for a QA department. Can you do it? I'll be like, sure, I can do it. I'll go online, learn, and do it. Then later on, we had a promotion opening that they needed a QA, and I applied. She pushed me in. Now, she told me this is what I need. This is what they will ask. Debs, I know you can do this because I've seen what you do for me. She pushed me in, like she legit vouched for me that I can do it. And I became a QA. Now, even when I became a QA, I kept asking for tasks from different departments, different areas, you understand? And when there was an opening for an operations lead, my new team lead in the QA pushed me. He messaged me and said, Deborah, I see what you've been doing, and I want you to apply for this role because I know you can do it. I became an operations lead. And guess what? I can still do a task from QA. I can do tasks from customer service. I can do tasks from operations. I can do tasks from any angle or department in the organization. Now, my managers can still vouch for me. When we have our one-on-one meetings, right? She teaches me, she tells me, the last meeting we had, she taught me a leadership. She taught me how to handle high-skilled workers that still have high low motivation. Our one-on-one sessions, if my friends who knows me and my boss, they know, she knows my family now. That's how close we are. Now, this is someone I have never met before. When we're on a call, she sees my siblings. She's like, "Hi, how are you?" I see her siblings and we chat. Now I have been able to build this thing, and now I have a mentor that I don't even know. I have never met. We live in different time zones, right? So what I'm trying to tell you is, it's not literally act of service that's saying, "Oh, I want to go and carry your bag because I want something from you." Whatever you're doing, even if you're going to offer a service, it should have value. That service you're going to offer should be value. When it comes to networking, people don't network people that don't have anything to offer. You need to have something to offer. When you go to events to network, make sure you have value. You need to have something that you're going to give them and show them that this is what I do. When you need this, reach out to me. They will reach out to you. You don't go there. You see, there's something there's something I learned, that you see rich people and poor people. Rich people don't like making friends with poor people because poor people will try to see what they will gain and benefit from the rich. Right? Now, if you have value, it doesn't matter if you're poor or rich. Once you have something you want to offer, people will reach out to you. That's when networking works. Networking is not, "Hi, good morning, my name is this. What is your name? What do you do?" No. Whatever you're going to sell, whatever you're going to tell them should be something of value. Make sure you have value to offer. That's how you build yourself, build your skills. I hope I was able to answer that question, Pius and Tunmise.
Yes, thank you, host. I mean, thanks for answering the question. I'll drop my mic by saying that, by summarizing everything, saying that, let your work speak for you. And once your work speaks for you, you can be in a position where somebody even wants to mentor you. You don't even need to look for the mentorship because of how you work, how you talk. They just like you. And the easiest way is meet your deadlines, do quality work, do extra. If they ask you for something, put a note, put extra notes. I've completed. If you have any question, I'll be happy to jump on it. Be conscious, live a conscious life. Do you understand? Don't do things absent-minded. Be conscious about everything. And I used to say something. I said, in between your when you're 1 year to your 22 or to 18, you were living an unconscious life. You made friends because of environment, because of school, because of this and that. But from 20, you should live a conscious life. Be very deliberate with how you work, who you make as friends. You cannot be having accidental friends. You say you guys just accidentally met and she's now your closest friends. Please make sure that you are conscious of everything you're doing and you let everything speak. And for low starting jobs, please don't kill yourself. I mentioned it in my slide. Don't say because of this meeting now, even if I say $1 job, I'll do it. But $1 job cannot pay your bill. It's not. Yeah. So you have to be very strategic. So don't look at the pay. It's a summary I'm trying to say. Don't look at the pay. Look at the value you get from doing the job. What are you going to build in yourself? What kind of portfolio would this job give you? Have you ever have an online client or an Upwork client that will give you a star? If that job will allow you to get that star, then you can take it. So we're not focusing on the money, but yourself, you get it. How do you get over fear as a beginner in a remote workspace? As a customer support person, the fear of interviews, the fear of even applying at all, because you feel like you haven't learned enough, even though you actually have. The best way to start is to start. What you're afraid of is afraid of you. See, motivation, drop. Okay. So this is a very valid question. You need to believe in yourself. You need to be confident in yourself. You need to talk to yourself. And that's one thing I practice consciously. I talk to myself almost every day, if not every day. I try as much as possible to walk around, talk to myself. So try as much as possible to understand the job description. And that's the first thing when you want to apply for a job. Look at the job description, understand it, embrace it, look at it. Is this something I can do? Yes. It's not people that have 2 years that can do this kind of tax. Then once you embrace it, apply as if you will get it. Then keep meditating, keep talking to yourself, attend interview over and over with yourself, over the mirror, walk around your house, do it again and again, and you'll see that what you actually fear does not even exist. It's just you taking that bold step. And Abigail, take the bold step. Don't be afraid to apply for a job. The least you can do, the least you hear is we are sorry to regret. If I go to my email and I type regrets, if you don't see more than 1,000 email on regrets, then maybe I'm using another person's email. So it's normal. It is not you they are regretting. It is your application they're rejecting. It is not you. It doesn't change who you are. It doesn't change what you are. It doesn't change that you're a kind, nice, intelligent person. But it's just your application they rejected. So why should you be scared? Keep applying. Yeah. And you guys should have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for attending this, and I hope to keep in touch with the organizers, with everybody. I'm easy to contact, not very busy. Yes. Thank you for banking with us. Bye, everyone.
Thank you, Tunmise. You're really banking with us. Thank you so much. There's one question would not answer. I think Felix, I would like to address or have to answer that question. Thank you.
Yeah, 2 questions actually.
Oh,
So I'll start with the first one, where Miracle said, how can one handle a situation where your professional mentor is sexually attracted to you as a lady? Look, even in friendships, there are certain guy and girl friendships that sometimes the dynamic might change. The girl is attracted to the guy or the guy is attracted to the girl. Once that crosses that boundary, it is no longer friends. There is now friends with benefits. There is friends that just like to have fun with each other. So you cannot call that person a mentor anymore. So it's either you leave that relationship entirely, or if you want the same thing, you can continue with it. You are both adults. So do not ever call somebody that is trying to give you something and then asking for sex as a reward. That is not mentorship. That's not how it works. I hope I've been able to clarify that one. And then the next question here is, how do you get over fear as a beginner in the remote space as customer support person? Fear is just an illusion. As soon as you start putting yourself out there, as soon as you start attending several interviews, there's one thing about practice. When we're growing up, they say practice makes perfection. But right now, I'm realizing that the more you attend interviews, the more confident you be at other interviews. You will fail the first time. Let me guarantee you. You will fail the first time. You will stumble. You will shake. But just realize that as you continue to do it, you will get better. And that's why I tell people in my WhatsApp group, in my classes, that look, I want you to fail now with me. I will simulate an interview for you. I want you to be shaking with me. I'll put you in on the spot so that when you get to the place where you actually need it, you're a lot more confident, because I have already put you in worse scenarios. So you can stay in front of the mirror and practice. It will look silly. It will look stupid to a lot of people. But at the end of the day, you will be happy that you did it. There are certain things in my life I've done that some people will think I'm mad. But now it's paying off. So, Abigail, I hope that answered. I don't know if she's still here, but if you're still here, I just hope that answers that question for you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for answering that, Felix. That was really helpful. Okay, we're going to answer this last question because we've exceeded our time limit already. So, Tobechi,
Right. Good morning, everyone. Sorry, I'm not asking a question. I just want to say a few words for what Felix just said about fear. I'm going to quote a saying that goes, "Fear is proof that you are equal to the task." Okay, the only way you can overcome fear is to face it. And you're going to find out that when you have faced it, it becomes easier. With time, it becomes easier. And you're going to say, oh, was I really scared about this? You are not going to believe that you were once scared about it. So it is normal in the beginning. You're going to feel fear. You're going to feel anxiety. You're going to feel, oh, can I do this? But with time, like I said, the only way you can overcome it is to face it. If you do not face it, you will continue to be fearful. You will continue to be scared. So take it on. You are equal to the task. The fact that you're feeling fear is proof that you can actually do it. Trust me, I'm speaking from experience. If you're given a role for the first time, say customer service, and you you're wondering, oh, how am I going to speak with these people? I want to use myself as an example. Pardon me. The very first time I was working for a company in Connecticut remotely, I was going to speak with Americans. I was going to speak with different people for the very first time. You're going to meet people who are angry. You're going to meet people who are frustrated, and your voice might show that you are kind of scared. It's okay to be scared. Okay, use that as a training ground. But the next time you're showing up, it's a better version of yourself. So no problems. Okay, it's okay to be scared. Just face it. Thank you.
thank you so much for that. That was really helpful and really well appreciated. All right, guys, we've exceeded our time, and I want to believe this session has been really insightful and helpful. And a very big thank you to Tumishe for taking his time to be here today and for sharing his experience, his insight. This is really much appreciated, and we look forward to having sessions with you. Maybe not just virtual sessions, but physical classes as well, physical sessions. Guys, look forward to it, please. Thank you so much, Felix, and everyone here. I hope we'll be able to get something. And we look forward to our next quarter webinar or training next quarter. All right, guys. Thank you so much. And do enjoy the rest of your weekend, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank
Goodbye.
you. Bye. Yes, the recording
Bye bye.
Bye.
will be on YouTube. So you can always, I'll post the YouTube link on our WhatsApp channel so you can have access to it.
Thank you, Debbie.
You're
Thank you,
welcome.
Land and Asset.
Thank you, Debbie.
Sorry, Jude.
Michelle, Debbie, bye.
Bye. Thank you.
The bitch's accent was damn. I want to employ her.